What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new episode of our podcast. My name is Emmanuel.
My name is Christian.
We are your we are your hosts for the evening and for every evening hereafter for the rest of your lives.
Forever.
Forever. Until forever ends. Anyways, today we've got an action-packed episode. We are going to talk about some pretty awesome things such as Infinity War. That was such a great movie.
Infinity War.
Yeah, and
Infinity War. No spoilers.
no spoilers though, so you don't have to click away. And some other stuff, paranormal activity that has gone on.
Not the movies,
Not-
but just,
Real stuff.
I guess the movies too we could talk about.
Yeah,
They're all right.
we keep it real. So last time, just a summary of what we talked about last time. We talked about some very offensive, controversial topics. So last time we got a bit real with our podcast, but
That's the way we keep it too. We keep it real.
we do keep it real. This episode we're gonna keep it a little bit more lighthearted. We also talk about last episode. What else did we talk about? Nostalgia, how it's affecting pop culture nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything's getting remade. Movies are getting remade, and weird stuff that we've seen at school, such as people watching adult videos while in class. What? So
What?
yeah, if you haven't checked out that episode, you can go back and check it out. Come back to this one, or go back to the previous episode after this one. Whatever. But it was a great episode.
It's the best episode.
Yeah, so let's talk about some anecdotes, some stuff that we've been doing. Well, have you done anything cool, man? It's been 2 weeks since we last recorded an episode.
I finished my school semester, so I have this much less stress now. It's pretty sweet.
I could tell, dude. Your stress level is under 9,000 for once.
It is. Feels great.
I'm happy to hear that, man. I just came back from a trip to Phoenix, the usual partying.
Phoenix.
My friend's getting arrested for fighting a camera guy in the nightclub, the usual Phoenix stuff. No,
Yeah, normal stuff,
normal.
Real stuff. Is he still there?
In jail.
They pressed charges?
They did. Am I at liberty to discuss that?
I don't know.
I think I am.
I guess we didn't use any names, so
So my friends whose names rhyme with now, yeah, that's
Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb. Well, here it's an interesting story for sure. So basically, what happened? We were partying down in Tempe, Arizona.
Beautiful city.
Beautiful, absolutely awesome. Was it Tempe or was it? Oh my God, or Scottsdale? No, it was Tempe. Right next to ASU, the university. A lot of college kids. Everybody was partying it up. It was absolutely bonkers. It was amazing, until one of the camera guys, I don't know, he harassed one of our my friend's girlfriend. And my other friend, and of course her boyfriend, they went up to him and they started fighting him. I tried to get in between them because, of course, Arizona cops don't mess around, dude.
Yeah.
That's what all the Uber drivers told us.
It keeps it real.
They keep it way too real, and my friends ended up getting tackled out of the club, getting kicked out. I did get pulled by one of them because I was just trying to stand in between the cops. I was like, guys, please let my friends go. I'm just trying to take them on an Uber home. It was a misunderstanding, this and that, blah blah blah. They're like, man, get the fuck out of here. And then they grabbed me and with one arm they freaking threw me. It was some big ass.
With the cops or the
the bouncers, yeah. But yeah, my friends ended up spending the night in jail. The good news is that night I didn't have to share a bed with one of my homies, because he was in jail. So I guess some good came.
So we had to share a bed with someone else.
I don't know.
Someone's wife.
He was pretty quiet the next day. No, but have you ever had any experience like that, like a fight or getting, kicked out of a club, getting punched, something along those lines?
Fight? No. Lots of almost fights. As far as getting kicked out of places, I want to say yes, but I can't remember. It probably wasn't even that big a deal. It's probably why I don't remember. But yeah.
Well, here's a little bonus to my story then. I think I'm pretty sure they were filming an episode of Cops because there was a freaking guy there with the cops, with the big ass camera just like filming around. And we got our good share of karma because while we were on our way to the club previous to the one we got kicked out of, there was a guy getting arrested on the street. And then, we were the little jerks. We were like, bad boy, what you gonna do? We just started singing the Cops theme.
Nice.
And then they were filming us when my friends were getting arrested.
And you're just
like, well, karma got us. So look forward to that episode of Cops. I am looking forward to that episode.
Next time on Cops.
On Cops, 3 Mexican guys get kicked out of a club. 2 of them got beat up. Find out what happens next. Why am I doing that voice?
Did they really get beat up?
Kind of. No. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
One of my friends took a knee to the face and he was on the floor, getting pinned down. So my friends are pretty badass. They really are. On that note, speaking of fighting, what movie I just saw that has a lot of fighting?
What movie?
Kung Fu Fight. No, that's not it.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. It was intense. Now, guys, we need to talk about Avengers Infinity War. Spoiler free.
It's what I've been waiting for.
So you're just like, shut up with your previous story and just get to Infinity War.
Infinity War.
I guess Infinity War. I guess I'll listen to this.
Oh, Arizona, that's beautiful. Infinity War.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Guys,
sucks for them. Infinity War.
Son of a bitch, man. Okay, just so you guys know, we're not gonna go into any spoilers, so you don't have to skip the video. If you haven't seen the movie, this is pretty much just gonna be a little bit of a mini review kind of thing. Thoughts after the movie. What were your thoughts after the movie, Holmes?
I was just like, I love superhero movies. I do. And I even liked Justice League.
What?
Despite the disappointment it was to everybody, I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't the best movie, but yeah. No, Infinity War completely took a shit on Justice League. Like, I'm sorry, DC Comics.
Why be sorry, dude? They should be sorry for not making something.
They should be sorry. The fuck, DC Comics?
Yeah, damn it. In fact, I want to talk about that too.
I'm gonna write you guys a fucking letter. Write that down.
Right now, if you guys are watching the video version of this, I'm writing DC a letter right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send it via carrier pigeon or tuxedo penguins. I haven't decided yet.
Seriously though, whoever works on Marvel's movies DC needs them. They need them so bad.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh my god, dude.
To hit on that point, Warner Brothers actually hired Joss Whedon for Justice League. Yeah,
reshoots and stuff.
Yeah, and it still turned to shit. So it's not so much like the director, it's just everybody, like the writers, oh my god, I just burped, I'm sorry.
Just everybody though. Oh, it's all good.
Woo!
Allergies, it's magic.
Oh.
Yeah. I love
so I can burp in your face right now and
I mean, I'd prefer you didn't, but but I'm just saying, it's kind of like a mask at the moment. Sony, please sponsor us.
But anyways, no. I agree with you though. Like if they got the whole staff, literally everybody that worked on these movies, it's just, here's the thing. It's the studio. It's Marvel Studios who's responsible for making badass movies. It's not so much just the director.
Damn good studio, let me say.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. So, Infinity War was amazing. What did you think? I know you really liked it too, but how'd you feel about it? How'd you feel?
Oh my gosh, so many kinds of ways. So, in the months leading to Infinity War, I've actually been catching up on the movies from the MCU that I haven't. That stands for Marvel Cinematic Universe, for all you non-nerds out there who have a normal life, fulfilling life. I caught up on most of the movies. There's 18 of them.
There's so many. That's the thing. It's there's so many Marvel movies.
Iron Man, the Thor, Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy, all of those. I mean, I skipped Thor 2 and Iron Man 2. I heard they were the weakest of the links of the bunch. But yeah, everything else, I was not disappointed with a single MCU movie that I watched. I mean, I bought them on Blu-ray and no regrets. No regrets. If you get that reference, comment below.
No regrets.
The point being is that I by watching all the movies, you kind of get a deeper understanding of like the characters, like how they started, their motivations. You kind of get attached to them, you know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Infinity War comes along, and you see all these freaking like everybody. And it pays off if you watch the movie. Like you can watch Infinity War without watching the previous movies, but if you watch the previous movies, like it pays off. Like there's like little like hint, like like subtle references to the previous movies, and it's
Yeah.
like yeah.
I think you do have to watch. There are certain movies before Infinity War that you should watch because they kind of just they don't really introduce anything. They kind of just assume that you've seen the movies.
Mm-hmm.
They explain little things here and there, but for the most part, I would say Thor Ragnarok, the third one,
yeah.
was pretty necessary. Definitely the past Avengers movies.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you think?
I think the past Avenger movies, Captain America: Civil War.
I honestly don't think Spider-Man: Homecoming was like you. I don't think you have to watch that one
No,
too.
no, you don't.
Spider-Man is awesome in that movie. By the way.
Oh, he almost stole the show. He stole the show in Civil War.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The like brief time he was in Civil War.
yeah, yeah. Spider-Man. He was a highlight of the
I
movie
fucking
for
love
sure.
Spider-Man, man.
Yeah, he's such a great character. The Guardians of the Galaxy, those guys, those guys made
funny.
Yeah, they were so hilarious. And Thor was the badass of the movie. But something I've been seeing online is at the end of the day, this was a Thanos movie. I saw today a video that said
there was a
should've-
lot of focus on.
Yeah, like Thanos was the main character. Everybody else was like side characters.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But they all shined. Like it's crazy. Like there was so many characters, and they all got done. Like
Their justice.
their justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I was afraid because as cool of a concept of Infinity War having like the entire like lineup that they've done in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I was afraid that it would be too much, but I think they did a really good job balancing the characters, and everyone had a little bit of everything, you know.
Everybody. Yeah. Everybody.
was a
the
good mix.
Wakandans.
Yeah,
Is how
it
you
was-
say Wakandians.
Wakandians.
Wakanda forever. Anyways.
Wakanda forever. That was so sick, dude.
Super sick. And here's the thing. If you haven't seen it, I recommend. And this is what I told my friend: pee before the movie. Don't drink anything during the movie because like there's literally no
Oh
time
my
to breathe.
God.
Like the previous event, like Avengers 1 took forever. Like there was action here and there, like a little like sprinkle, like the little sprinkling meme guy that's sprinkling.
Yeah,
Yeah, and of course at the end the big showdown. Same thing with Avengers: Age of Ultron. Like there's a lot of talking right here from the first. And god damn it, you don't want to get there late to this movie because like from the beginning. This whole movie, I had a fucking panic attack, and
this was a
good panic.
action packed like the entire movie, and then they have those little scenes where they fill in with story, but oh my god, it's like sometimes when you're just not expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
It was great, dude.
Like I like, without giving too much away, within the first the very first the intro scene, you normally like I was expecting like it's probably gonna take place like in on Earth, like people are gonna be having a good time, and then shit like hits the fan. This movie comes out at you like as soon as the movie starts, it punches you in the face, it kicks you in the balls, and then it shits on
it
your
runs
chest.
away.
But
It
you're
shits on your chest and then runs away.
no, but you're gonna like it. Like you're gonna ask for more, and it keeps giving you more. Like it's fucking nuts, dude. I didn't. I ran. I really needed to pee during the whole movie. So
yeah, dude, me too.
during the Wakanda part, like when well, it's in the trailer, so I guess I can't. It's not a spoiler, in the trailers when they get together in Wakanda, when they're figuring out what to do with a certain character. There's a lot of dialogue right there, and I freaking ran to the restroom. I came back, and I could tell that I did miss something. My girlfriend filled me in on what I missed. So the point is, yeah,
dude, you gotta just go see it again, man.
I'm gonna go
Let's
see it
go
again.
see it.
Hey,
So
did you see it in IMAX?
No, IMAX.
Dude, it's a must.
Here's a fun fact. I've never watched anything in IMAX.
Okay. Oh my god.
How much were movie tickets? Because I want to go see
They're
it
not
again.
that much. Okay, go to Windrock. I know you have that movie pass thing, but
Yeah.
fuck that shit. Go to Windrock Movies. Don't. My recommendation: don't watch it in 3D. I didn't watch it on 3D. Most IMAX showings are IMAX 3D. Do not watch it in 3D. Whatever you do, because 3D is kind of.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 3D movies, to be honest.
But here's the thing: like in IMAX, you get to see more of the character. So in scenes, like it's widescreen, and then you can see you can either see the character or Thanos because he's fucking tall as shit. When you watch it on IMAX, you can see more. So you can see the character and Thanos like towering over him. So you get to see more, and the screen is absolutely bonkers. So watch it in IMAX, ladies and gentlemen.
That sounds cool. I will do that, definitely.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, Infinity War, I was blown away. I don't know if it's spoiler if I say that.
Just
that.
There's gonna be a part 2. That's not a spoiler.
There's gonna be a part 2.
But so here's what I thought. Knowing that that there is gonna be a part 2. So knowing that, I thought, okay, so the stakes are not gonna be high in this movie, like they're like.
Yeah, you'd expect this one to lead into the other one, but no, this one was already just
the whole
insane.
Package. Yeah, this was the whole package. I mean, if they ended it at this one, it would have been a complete story. And normally, like, I thought it was going to be like, oh, like, I know what's going to happen in the second one or whatever, but I'm clueless, dude. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how the hell they're going to come back from this movie, trying to be as unspoilerific as possible. There are huge consequences in this movie for the world that they live in, for the characters. That universe is not gonna be the same. Like Civil War, like nobody died in Civil War, right? Did anybody died? No.
I don't
Avengers,
think so.
Nobody died. I mean, one person died, but then they brought him back to life. It was stupid. Like in all the movies, there are some consequences, but not huge ones. Right here, the consequences were
they're dire.
They're dire,
and it kind of leaves you like, what the fuck are they gonna do after this? Like it's
in a good way.
Oh, damn you, Marvel! Just damn you for making such good movies. It was it's definitely something that you're gonna look forward to until the next movie comes out.
I can't freaking wait.
Dude, I'm so excited.
And for sure, I'm gonna watch this movie again.
I'm gonna buy this movie when it comes out.
Heck yeah, dude.
It was an instant favorite.
But with that said, guys, let us know your thoughts. If you're on a platform if you're listening or watching this on a platform where you can comment, let us know what you thought about Infinity War. I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be out for a few weeks. So, still, no spoilers. Thanos demands your silence. With that said and done, we're going to take a quick break. You're going to hear a little word from our sponsors, which is actually just us because, nobody likes us that much yet.
Hopefully Dasani one day. And
yeah, Sony wanted to sponsor us, and we'll be right back.
You're currently tuned into the Magnified Reality Podcast, brother.
Don't forget to subscribe, brother or sister.
Yeah. Welcome back to our podcast. We caught him drinking water.
That's right.
Water's for the weak.
Anyway, oh my god.
Anyways,
guys, welcome back to the second part of our podcast. So after discussing a few anecdotes of what we've done recently and the bonkers situation of
the insanity that was Infinity War.
Yeah, the roller coaster that was, the amazing roller coaster that it was. While we were preparing to film this podcast or record this podcast, we actually experienced some weird activity. Now
we did experience very weird activity.
So the computer monitor turned off, the lights started flickering, and then they came back, and then the camera just turned off on its own. Now,
and the dog and the cat knocked on the door.
That's adorable. I know you guys can't see them, but right now we have a dog and a cat in the room, and the dog is laying down next to the cat, and the cat's showering it, bathing
it's fucking
it.
Precious as shit.
It's amazing. But anyways, guys, we were discussing, obviously it was just a power surge, and the camera, the auto timer just went off, and it turned off because it wasn't recording or anything. But that leads us to paranormal activity. You know, we were actually talking like about a year or so ago. We were at Christian's place, and a few friends of ours, and we were just discussing some paranormal stuff that we've experienced. So why don't you lead us off into this one, man? What's a good paranormal story that you have, man?
I love the paranormal, like anything paranormal. But yeah, when it happens to you, it's fucking oy. It's so the most memorable story that I have was when I was in high school, I was at a friend's house and his sister like got up out of her bed like this, just fucking incoherent
With her hands.
Yeah, just
with her hands
panicking almost, just like in a silent panic, walking really fast up and down the stairs like this, just freaking out. So my friend just picks her up and says, "Hey, what's wrong?" And she says, "He's gonna hurt me." And he's like, "Who? Like, who the fuck?" You know, she just came out of her room. So at this point, we're thinking there's a goddamn pedophile in her that climbed up her window and is in her room. We're ready to fucking go.
For the snap.
Oh, okay.
For the snap.
For the Snapchat. Where was I? Oh, pedophile.
Yeah.
Anyway, Steven, my friend, starts walking her back to her room, and she fucking loses her shit.
Oh my god.
It was fucking weird.
That's nuts. That scared me right now, dog.
She just freaks out. So he's like, okay, we're not going back there, because obviously there's something weird in this little girl's fucking room. And we go to his room, gives me the duty of watching his little sister. What trust, you know? No, I'm just kidding. And she's doing this, freaking out still, sitting on the bed, just scared for her fucking life. And he's like, "Watch her for a sec. I'm gonna go check her room out." He shuts the door behind him, and the little girl who I'm sitting next to goes from like this frightened state of mind, and then slowly, as soon as the door shuts, and I'm not making this up, this was weird, weirdest, scariest thing that ever happened to me. Fucking sorry for the face, but that's what I dealt with, man.
For those who are just listening to the podcast, what he did is the girl was holding had both of her hands up to her head.
Yes,
was
like
looking
such.
down and then slowly raised her head up. And what kind of face was she
with the
making?
maniacal, demonic smile that you see in all kinds of like paranormal movies.
Oh my god,
that happened. That shit happens. And this is like a little 6-year-old girl, so it's not like, you know, she was
trolling,
playing a prank on us. Yeah, trolling for you millennials. I don't even really know what a millennial is.
We're millennials, dude.
Fuck yeah. to us.
Go us. Anyways.
Anyway, yeah. She holds this demonic smile and she says, "Stephen is very nice." And I'm just like, literally, I'm contemplating punching this little girl in the face because I'm not even kidding, dude. I was so scared. I was terrified. And as soon as she hears the door opening back up, she goes from that demonic smile to right back, like instantly. And she stayed in that room that night. I was staying at my friend's house, you know. Pretty normal shit. But now this little girl is in the room too, and I didn't get a chance to tell him about what the fuck just happened until the next day. And oh my god, I did not sleep. That little girl scared the shit out of me, dude. And she kept saying his name was Isaac. That's like very, very particular, you know?
Wait, Isaac was the ghost's name?
This demon's name that wanted to hurt her because she kept saying, Isaac wants to hurt me. And we're just like, what? I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of the story. We didn't know what was in her room. And then she says, he's trying to hurt me. And he's like, what? And then that's when my friend goes and walks her towards her room and she flips the fuck out. So, yeah. There was no sign of any Isaac, but to me, that's kind of like a biblical sounding name. So it almost made me think, oh shit, demonic. Shit. It was terrifying.
Damn.
It's your turn to
Well,
to share with the crowd.
I think I should have gone first because mine's not that bad compared to yours. Holy.
Well, this is gonna be a
holy shit.
help other people
Yeah.
feel better about themselves.
Guys, if you have experienced any paranormal activity, please, like I said, if you can comment wherever you're listening to this, leave us a comment because we will read that and we'll probably,
Or write us a letter too. We love old school communication.
Yeah, you can send it
Send us a note.
via
pass it.
carrier pigeon or tuxedo penguin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Well, I've only had I would say a handful, but the one that I remember, I've told the story so many times. So this is 2010, summer. Summer 2010, PG-13. No, so at this point, I was living in a different house. My mama, my mom's asleep in the other room. There's I don't know, midnight or whatever. And it's already bedtime. And the way I used to go to sleep back then is just listening to heavy metal music. Back then, I was really, really, really religious and all that. In the worship team and all that.
Yeah.
At church. So with that said, I was listening to some Avenged Sevenfold, I think. And I was under the covers. And so normally I don't close my room. I don't lock it. I don't close it, much less lock the door. That night, for some reason, and no, it's not a dirty reason, you're gonna think, but I went to sleep with my room it was actually. No, my room, I closed the door, I locked it, and I went to sleep. But before going to sleep, I was, with my headphones, listening to Avenged Sevenfold, and I always, even in the summer, I sleep with the covers covering me. Otherwise, I can't sleep. So whatever, I fell asleep listening to the heavy metal music, whatever, and then I wake up. I woke up, to take off my headphones, to actually finally be able to sleep, and then at this point, I get up, and then I look towards my door, and then at between my bed and the door, there was a shadowy figure. Now there was the light coming in from the outside, just faint light. But even with that light, it shouldn't have been a shadowy figure. The person should have been a little bit lit up, But this was literally just a black man figure, or a black humanoid figure. And then I was
God.
You what?
I don't know. I felt a weird sensation.
Yeah. Well, it was probably the dog. Well, the point is, this figure just stood there, but the funny thing is, I felt no fear. I just looked at him, and then he just raised his arm like this towards me. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you can see it was
For the audio listeners,
describe my action.
Standing upward and straight, right arm raised to about 90 degrees, fingertips out.
I don't know about the fingertips because all I saw was an arm. The arm just extended towards me, and that's it.
Ugh.
And the thing is, that's the thing. I should have freaked out, but I felt no fear. I'm huh. My mom's probably because my mom used to work at 5 a.m, so I'm that's probably my mom saying goodnight or whatever. So then I'm I just thought nothing of it and went back under the bed. I'm wait a minute, no, that's weird. I pulled down the covers again, and the figure was gone. So I'm how about that,
Interesting.
So then I went back to sleep, and I was whatever. I was too tired to care. So in the morning, I went to sleep thinking oh, that was probably my mom, because she used to come into the room, give me a kiss, and then leave to work. But no, I woke up and at noon, it was probably a weekend or something, or it was summer. I don't think I had a job. Anyways, my door was still closed and it was still locked. So I was oh shit. Now you could argue it could have been maybe a dream, but
Could have been a pedophile. Wait until you fell asleep
Okay. If it was a pedophile, how was the door still locked from the inside?
Window.
Bars
Oh shit.
and glass. So
Metahuman pedophile.
Metahuman
Walks
pedophile.
through walls.
Barry Allen,
Pedophile.
dude, the Flash phased through the freaking walls just to watch me
Waiting to
freaking
touch
sleep.
some nuts. Anyway.
So that I don't know, that's my freaky story right there.
I got one more.
What do you got?
Make it fast. So, same guy's house, Steven's house.
What is it with this Steven, man?
Dude,
is it Steven the one I know?
Yeah, I think you met him.
Steven?
We've partied with him a few times.
Yeah.
Over the summer last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely know him.
Yeah.
Anyway, this motherfucker, dude, like, there was something wrong with that house. Straight up, something was wrong with it. And it was weird because it was a newly built house. Anyway, me and this guy were homies, so we were tight. I knew he had one of those coded locks. You put a 4-digit number in there and you unlock the door and you go in. And me and him used to hang out at each other's houses all the time. And at some point in high school, he had a girlfriend and I didn't. So, wasn't jealous or anything. No, I'm just kidding. So I was just, going to kick it at his house, play some Xbox while I was waiting for him to get back from hanging out with his girlfriend. And, I was downstairs chilling with his dogs. And I hear thuds upstairs, and it's not any of the dogs, because first of all, they're right next to me. Second, there's a little baby gate to prevent them from coming up right at the stairs. It was 3, and that terrifies me, because in recent movies, they're like 3 is a sign of like demons mocking the Holy Trinity, so it was just boom, boom, boom. And then he had an electric piano upstairs, and it started playing.
Fucking.
I'm not even kidding. It started playing. And the thing is, it didn't start playing anything, that's a legit song. It just started playing random keys like... And then I heard the 3 thuds again. Boom, boom, boom. And then one of the dog's toys, like one of these giant... It was like a big old teddy bear that was one of the dog's toys. Comes full force, knocks over the fucking baby gate, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? And I like booked it out of the house at that point.
Oh my gosh.
And no one was there because I waited outside the fucking house for like an hour and a half for him to get back. And he finally comes back around the corner, and he's just like, what's up, what you doing out here? Why aren't you inside? And I'm like, dude, this fucking shit just happened. He comes in, sees the teddy bear on the floor with the baby gate fucking knocked over. Dogs are still chilling on the couch. Didn't even fucking faze them. And yeah, for a while he didn't believe me, but then he started getting like these really weird, fucked up dreams at home. He kept seeing shit, feeling shit. Like, yeah, something wrong with that fucking house.
Jesus, man. Well.
Yeah. Some shit. I seen some shit.
He literally seen some shit, man. I don't think I want to edit this video, man, by myself. Re-listen to that story. Ugh. But anyways, well, I don't know. I'm the guy that I do believe in that kind of stuff. I do, but I don't want to, because it shouldn't make any sense.
It shouldn't, but yeah.
Like when people tell me that, I'm like, oh, it's just your imagination. But deep inside, I'm like, it's probably not.
Dude, yeah. So, little background story. Manny and I were both church kids, grew up playing in the church band when we were growing up. Not the same one at all. It's actually really weird how similar we are. But I used to be super churchy.
Churchy.
Churchy, yeah, it's an adjective. And I believed in all that stuff, God and demons. And I'm a little more on the agnostic side. Like, I don't believe in the God that I was taught about growing up, but I do believe there is a higher power because there's just so much, I don't think that all of this, like all of humanity and the solar system just put itself together. And then there's the case that, well, who made God then? Aside the point, I believe in
that's
something.
a conversation for another podcast, actually,
one.
yeah.
But yeah, I do believe in demons still. I do believe they are like, they feed off negativity of some kind, and I always had the mentality growing up, I was never afraid of scary movies because I'm like, this kind of shit never happens, or else you'd hear about it a lot more. And then I started thinking, maybe you do hear about it, like the guy who shot up an elementary school, a guy who shot up a high school, a guy who goes to a fucking club and shoots it up. I feel like they have this negativity and hate in their lives that they just let feed on them until they're possessed, Of course, the police and law enforcement aren't gonna straight up go up and say, "Oh yeah, it's okay. He was possessed by a demon." No, that's not how it happens, and that's why we don't hear about it as often as we should. So yeah, I'm a firm believer of demons, and it's pretty fucking terrifying sometimes.
This podcast is brought to you by Terrifying Shit. Stay terrified.
All of the scary movie studios sponsor us.
Sponsors, we got some good ass stories, man.
Yeah, dude.
We can
I have a lot of paranormal shit that I can recall from childhood.
I've got some when I was a kid too, but like it's not too clear. So like I mean I could say it, but I'll probably end up making up half of it. You know, like how you think you remember one thing one way, but it actually happened the other. So
Yeah, I still have to drive home, dude. Now I'm scaring the shit out of myself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us know now that you heard two awesome stories from Christian and a slightly pretty cool one from me. Some crazy shit. Let us know what scary stuff has happened to you. Some not even scary, you know, like paranormal activity type stuff. Anything out of the usual, ordinary, and all that. With that said, guys, we're gonna go to our final segment of our podcast. Here's a word from our sponsors, which is actually us.
You are currently tuned into the Magnified Reality Podcast.
Yo, here, subscriber!
Oh yeah!
Yeah!
Welcome back to our podcast, guys and ladies, of course.
And everything in between.
Amen.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello. We include everybody. So we just talked about some pretty intense paranormal stuff that has gone on in our lives. So we want to bring the mood up a little bit and talk about some music. You know, just a little short segment on music. The new Post Malone album came out. Now I'm not too big on, you know, like the modern pop music. You know.
Same, yeah. I prefer music with, you know, classic instrumentals. Not maybe classical music,
Yeah,
which
but
I
like,
love. I do like classical music, but
I know what you mean. A friend of ours is a friend of mine. Would you consider Gabe your friend? Not really, huh? You've only hung out like twice.
I would consider him an acquaintance.
And a good acquaintance. He's a really big fan of Post Malone, so we were checking out his new album. Christian here checked out a few of his songs right now, and I just gotta say, man, like Post Malone, you know, there's a lot of hype behind this new album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and it's amazing. It's literally amazing. 18 songs, and for the most part, they're great. I'm still warming up to most of them. But yeah, have you heard any new music? Any cool stuff?
To touch on Post Malone, his first album, I forget what it's called already. It's the
Stoney.
orange one. Stoney? That's
yeah.
right. I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I'm not a fan of the modern pop music. I think it's really simplistic and doesn't require a whole lot of talent. I'm very old school. I like bands a lot. I like a lot of the bands that maybe aren't too familiar. The kind of psych rock, I guess. Dance Gavin Dance, a lot like Birds, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed a lot of Post Malone's first album because I do like that kind of music. I just don't really listen to it a whole lot. And the few tracks that I listened to off the new album, what was it called? Beer Bongs and Bentleys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty solid. I like it. If there's any of the newer, I guess, artists, I really dig Post Malone.
Yeah. To touch on what you said, that stuff is getting really simplistic, you know. This is gonna sound kind of like self-indulgent or whatever, but I was, you know, like I struggle with like writing lyrics, and I'm pretty proud of the, you know, the lyrics I write for my music and all that. It's a tough thing, you know, like when you know, writing lyrics, like cohesive lyrics, a story or whatever. And then on the flip side, the music that's getting big nowadays, a lot of it is just like one word, you know. Like I was listening to, there's a lot of hype behind the new J Cole, I think, the new J. Cole album. And there's a song, let me pull it up. One of them just like it's pretty much just one line the whole song. I forgot, but the point is there's so much repetition, and I don't know, it kind of irks me you know, like there are artists that take their time, you know, like I think there was a meme comparing like a Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, you know how it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's just this epic masterpiece of a song.
and then you got Nicki Minaj, you a stupid hoe, you a stupid hoe. You a
Is that
stupid
like
hoe,
really
you
how
a-
one of
you
her
a
songs
stupid-"
goes?
Not yeah, one of her songs, literally, like that's all it says. The video is
damn.
cringeworthy, but god damn it, like she makes millions off of that shit, you know?
I think that's a little fucked up.
I think that's a little fucked up. Yeah, like I don't know if that speaks of society's how do you call it attention span maybe getting, you know, like with all this instant gratification and like you want pleasure, you can just look on your iPad or your MacBook or whatever, you know. We're just instilled in like getting like that dose of dopamine. And I don't know if that's killing our ability to, I don't know, digest really deep lyrics to where something like "You a Stupid Hoe" is like stimulating.
wow,
Like
that's
oh,
deep.
yeah, like it stimulates your brain.
This song relates to me because I also think someone is a stupid hoe.
That's right.
They did something like that on this movie called Pop Star with Andy Samberg.
Okay.
It was really fucking funny, actually. It was actually Linkin Park helped with the song on it. It was called "In My Jeep."
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, these are the things in my Jeep. And there's one of the artists, I forget who it was, but it was a real artist. And he's like, and I know this was a joke, but he's like, you know, I didn't really like the song because the same things he had in his Jeep weren't the same things I had in my Jeep. But like, I don't know, it's just like, if that's what you find relatable and you're not really, you know, taking a deep look into what your life really means to you. And I think that's kind of wrong that artists have strayed from that and have been reduced to that kind of stuff. You know?
Stupid hell. Yeah. Same with the beats. You know, like nowadays, like for example, artists as big as Drake. You know, and like they do. Like I'm not saying they're not talented. You know, for the most part, like these artists are really talented. But let's say they'll buy their beats off of like some website. You know, like they'll download a beat, they'll rap over it, with some really simplistic, you know, lyrics, and then boom, profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little selfish, but like as a musician, like it just irks me. You know, like my songs have like a lot of you know, like they're really intricate in the lyrics and all this, and then sometimes I get like, well, why am I writing like this? Like nobody's gonna listen to this, you know, and it makes me question like no, I'm doing this for myself, you know, like I want to write what I want to write.
Yeah.
But then I could just throw all that stuff away and then just write about like hoes and drugs. And I don't know. So it's kind of a struggle for me now. That's why it's kind of hard for me to get into like the modern music, you know, like Post Malone. Like if you just say like, oh, check out his album, like it's one of those new rappers, like he's probably mumble rapping or whatever. And then you start listening to it and it's like, okay, so this guy, you know, he plays the guitar, he writes the lyrics to his music, that's cool.
His melodies are actually really good. The way he sings,
he's a
it's
great singer.
definitely different. It's like sing rap.
Yeah,
Almost.
he's got a great voice. He's really very talented. He's like younger than us, you know, and he's like doing big things. So
Bieber's also younger than us.
Bieber's also, but he had a lot of ghost writers. Like when he got, you know, like growing up, he still does.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's just the thing. Like there's so many like cooks in the kitchen, and then like he's just the face of it, you know, and then everybody profits. So Bieber is really talented, but I don't know.
I'd like to see Bieber like start an alternative rock band or something. I feel like he'd probably be like really good at it. He plays like what, every instrument.
Yeah, I would listen to the shit out of that. Actually, he's a great drummer. Have you seen his drums?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's insane.
I was thinking back when he had like a higher voice, he could be like a front man to a post-hardcore band, like those guys who sing really high.
Like Dragon Force, Iron Maiden.
Baby, in the style of, there's a Slipknot video.
Oh,
It was a psychosocial baby.
Baby, yeah.
Like, yeah, that was great. I love the shit out of that.
Yeah, I love that video too. But, ladies and gentlemen, do you have anything to add to that before we ask them for their opinion?
Just some disclosure, we're not trying to bash any music or anybody's music taste, because DJs, you know, who write that kind of music, the where everything's kind of generated on a computer, we're not trying to say you don't have talent, because some of them really do. Like, have you seen Zed actually play a piano?
Yeah,
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
that's another thing. Like a lot of people have this this concept, or how is it, misconception? That DJs just take their laptops, plug it into speakers, and then just press play.
Some of them do, and you
Well-
know who you are.
Well, they do, but to create that mix,
Yeah.
that's where the talent is. So, I've dabbled in a little bit of DJ stuff myself, and I was like, oh my god, like I kind of know how it all works, and it does take like, some musical knowledge, like matching your BPMs, matching the keys of songs,
Yeah. Absolutely.
key marks in the songs to fade in and out. So, being a DJ is, like you do need to have talent for that. So yeah, not bashing on that. Everybody, making music in general just takes talent. If it's either like folk music, heavy metal music, or electronic music, like to program electronic shit. Like I do a lot of electronics on my music, and like it's a lot of like sliders and parameters, and you have to do math sometimes too. So yeah, like I mean, I am bashing on like, you a stupid hoe, you a stupid hoe. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
agree.
I bash on that. Like, I don't have a problem admitting that that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Anybody can agree with me, because that's that's purely my opinion. Like, that takes no talent. You a stupid hoe, you a stupid hoe. Like, to write that, a monkey could write that. But like the music behind it,
The
for
monkey
example.
probably did write that.
Yeah, but making music and all that, I don't know. It takes talent. So we're in a weird spot right now with music, and it's I kind of like it too, because like there's a little bit there's music for everybody. Like people who appreciate like You a Stupid Hoe. I don't know why I keep using that one as a reference, but people there are that music is there. If you don't appreciate that, that's cool. You don't have to listen to that. Just go and listen to whatever. Now on Spotify you just click on your favorite genre and bam. So.
That being said,
Drop the mic. Boom.
I think we are due to sign off then.
Yes, we are almost out of time. This was our longest episode so far. Not bad.
Tight. 50 minutes.
Tight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, my name's Emmanuel.
My name's Christian.
Yeah. And we will catch you next time with another exciting, action-packed, probably not scary story-filled episode of whatever this podcast is called. Damn it.